And back in the studio is my favorite gal, my vacation buddy, my travel beauty, my
If you can't tell, we're going on a vacation.
yeah, we are. You get ready. The spring season, the crazy rush is over. The crew's got this. We're going on vacation.
You're already on vacation. You have left.
Mhm. For me, it's all the deadlines. You got to get, radio content and written stuff out and ads and all that stuff. Everyone wants their stuff, even though you're not. It's part of small business. If you're not there, you still got to do the work. If you are there, you got to do the work. If your team is there, you have to do that work. Just part of it, which I like.
But we're not complaining.
We are. No, I like it. I wouldn't think of it. You never get bored as a small business owner because there's always stuff to do. Everyone thinks, oh, I want to do what I want to do. And I love plants. It's my thing. I love if I get really stressed out over taxes or accounts or shopping insurance or workman's comp stuff. If I get stressed, I go help customers with plants. It's therapeutic for me. But if you don't do the insurance and you don't do the taxes, you lose it all. So you got to be good at all of these things, hiring the right people, training, motivating, culture. And you have to love the thing that you love to do.
True.
So you never get bored.
True. And you enjoy your vacation.
I do enjoy my vacation. Live hard, work hard, play hard. Yeah. So what do you got for us? You're inspiring us this week with some sort of new thing that's uniquely yours.
Well, no pressure.
No pressure. They've all tuned in right now just for this segment.
So this week, because it's hot out there, boy howdy, the winds are blowing. So I hang out in the shadier sections of the garden center while it's this hot.
Yeah.
So I was out underneath the shade cloth where we keep our hydrangeas and our yews and our hollies. And those things that they like their shade. And we in the Quad City area, especially in some of these older homes, older landscapes, there's definitely areas that are very shady.
Every house has a shady area, a patio, a north side. I mean, shade is 6 hours or less of sun. Every yard is one of those places. Just as it matures, the trees grow up, you get more and more. And the yard actually changes as it matures. Definitely. Trees are the changers.
So anyways, I was hanging out in the shade area and I noticed we have a lot of panicle hydrangeas.
Oh, aren't they pretty? Yeah.
Which are gorgeous. So I was checking them out because we've never really carried them much before. We carry the pom-pom ones that have the pinks and the blues and the purples, and they have that big round flower to them. So I was checking out the panicles, which actually have a more pointed flower to them, an elongated bloom with a point to it. And they were mostly blooming white. So I was like, well, why do we have all these white hydrangeas? So I started looking at it, educating myself on them. So a lot of them start out white. As they first bloom, they're white. And then as that bloom matures, it changes colors.
Yeah.
So some really cool ones. We have the berry white.
Berry white.
Berry white. What a cool name, right? So it starts out white, then it kind of goes pink, then it goes dark pink, and then it goes red at the very end. So I thought, how cool is that?
Yeah.
That change of flower through there. We have one called Strawberry Sundae. That starts out white and goes to a pink along there.
The strawberry pink? Yeah. Maybe, like Strawberry Sundae?
There's one called Firelight, which there again starts out white and then moves to a very vivid red at the end. So I just thought, how cool is that? Instead of having just like one color bloom out there in your yard, you get to watch it change colors. So, but definitely a shade plant. It's going to want that, especially that afternoon shade, which is so intense here. We kind of need protection from that. But if you have the right spot, how fun to try one of those.
They're easy to grow. In the right spot, easy to grow. And they come back year after year, perennial.
Right.
So they'll take our water, our sun, they take our growing environment, but you can't just throw them out there. The Midwest folks, this is going to be difficult for you because you're used to Midwest stuff. You just chuck them right out there in full sun and they're fine. Not here. Canadians, full sun, not here. It's not the cold. It's the heat and dry. That combo of sun gets the leaves start to burn. Is what happens. So they won't bloom very long. It's they kind of fade out really quick. And so, but in the shade, they do their thing really well.
Seems like they would grow well in containers.
Yep.
Yeah. So definitely good.
You saw the
time.
one on our back patio. It's going into bloom right now. So it's right by the gardenia. Yeah, it's just starting to go. Had its first bloom this week. So
Cool.
it's been sitting there dormant. I thought it died because it's just everything's late.
Everything's late.
And then it started to leaf, and oh, it's growing. Here we go. And as soon as it starts leafing, a hydrangea starts to bloom. It wants to bloom, but it hibernated underground. Now it's coming back, and so it's pretty.
I'll have to check it out. Some of the other things that definitely love that summer heat bloom. So if you don't have a shady spot, but you have a sunny hot spot, there's definitely things you can put in. Crepe myrtles do
Yeah.
very well in that condition. And we have a lot of really cool crepe myrtles. We have a Centennial Spirit, which is kind of a dark pink one, really pretty. Almost has like a little ruffly bloom to it. We have one called Dynamite Red, Double Dynamite Red.
Double dynamite, not just dynamite.
It's supposed
Double
to be
dynamite.
a repeat bloomer.
Yeah.
So but gorgeous red color. You know, sometimes reds are more orange or more pink. This one's red.
So is it watermelon red or
It's red.
red? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, not watermelon red. We have Zuni, which is kind of a
Classic.
one,
Yeah.
and we have some Pecos, which is another red. So probably I would say 6 different varieties out there.
Those are just the ones that are blooming. So I've got some others just came in that are
True.
about to bloom.
We have one midnight, one of those. It has real dark leaves to it, but the blossoms are white. So just a really cool contrast out there to have the dark leaves and the white blooms. So that's a really good one to check.
This is your time if you're planting crepe myrtles. They prefer to be planted while the soil is very warm. They want to be warm. They don't like spring planting with cool roots. They just sit there and they wait it out. They're not leafing. You swear they're dead. And then summer comes, they're going, okay, my time to shine. All that spring stuff is they're stressed out because of the heat. So the lilacs, forsythia, and the quince are all done. They're not going to blow. It's hot. But the crepe myrtles they celebrate the smoke bush. They celebrate that. Butterfly bush.
Yeah.
They celebrate that.
Butterfly bush. That's another one. Get a lot of bloom in the summer off of, a lot of color. That's when we probably have another 4 or 5 different varieties from the dark.
I like the red one. Yeah.
So that's definitely a good one for those hot spots out in your yard. We also have a lot of rows of Sharon. So most of them get pretty big, and they love the heat, and most of them are starting to bloom or in full bloom right
around
now.
town. They're in bloom around town. If you see a real tall shrub just above head height and covered in flowers, that is a rose of Sharon hibiscus. Right. It's the hardy variety of hibiscus that grows up here.
And on that, we also have some Mashutos.
Ooh, really?
So
they came in.
Neat varieties of Mashutos, a pink one and a red one. So Mashutos are those, I mean, they go completely dormant in the wintertime, and you're thinking, oh, there's nothing there. But they come back up in the spring, and they have that huge,
it's bigger than your hand,
huge blossom on. Very, very pretty, kind of like that Hawaiian or very tropical blossom that you kind of think of.
Mashutos hibiscus. It's a cousin of the Rose of Sharon hibiscus. This one's on steroids. The Rose of Sharon is a shrub. It comes back from the stems, so it's like a lilac. Keeps coming, gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And Mashutos always resets down underground and then comes back and grows about hip high and wide. Every year, it's like tremendous grower. It really grows fast. And then it starts to set the flowers from now through. For you Southern folks, another name's called Confederate rose. It goes by a couple different common names, but the actual Latin is Mashutos hibiscus. If you want something fun, different, unusual in your gardens, that's the one you want. And you can only find them at garden centers now because this is when they show up.
And we don't get a ton of them.
Nope.
We get a certain amount. When they're gone, they're gone. So what else do we have? Oh, we have some beautiful Caryopteris in right now, which is, what's the other name?
False spirea. Yep.
It's a great pollinator plant. If you're looking to put something by your garden to really help bring in those pollinators, it's a terrific plant for that.
That one, I think, Caryopteris, is less weedy. It looks like a Russian sage, only with more shapely and less weedy. And I think it blooms just as well or better. So I think it's a better replacement than Russian sage. Anyway, thank you, Lisa. Great suggestions for summer plants you can plant now and enjoy for the rest of the year. Be right back.